So you've probably clicked on this video because you have a curly wig that looks like this and you have no idea what to do with it. Well, in this video I'm going to show you how to get your curly wig from this to this with beautiful hydrated curly and curl defined looking wig. So it's just a few easy steps, but I went an extra mile of bleaching knots as well. But getting the curls and detangling the hair is very simple, but this is how it looks after, and let's get into this video. So this is what we are starting with. The wig is very dry, no moisture in it whatsoever. The curls are not defined, but we're gonna start with bleaching the knot. So I'm gonna grab my bleach powder and 30% developer and a mixing bowl and an application brush. So I'm just going to measure out the amount of bleach powder I will use. Now, because it's a frontal, I don't want to use too much. If you're using a 4x4, you need way less than this because you're only covering a small area. So what you're going to do is you need, let's say, I just eyeballed it, honestly. I didn't really use a measuring cup. But what you can do is you can use 2/3 of powder and then the 1/3 of developer, because you want it to be like you don't want it to be a runny solution. You want it to be more of like a toothpaste solution. I'm going to show you in a bit, but this is me adding in the developer. It's better for you to start off adding a bit at a time, mixing it and then seeing, because you don't want to add too much of the developer because it will be runny. And what happens is when it's runny, it runs through the knots and it actually bleaches the hair. That's when you see a lot of people having literally blonde roots. Now you don't want that. That is not cute, baby. That is not cute. Alright, I'm just mumbling. But if you notice here, it was a bit crumb-like. So I added a little bit more, eyeballed it, but this is the texture you need. Where when I lift it, it doesn't really drop. So it's more like toothpaste, I would say. Well, I'm just going to demonstrate right now how to apply it. This is the wig. It's dirty right now, but that's fine because I'm gonna wash it. But this is how real-time application, so very light-handedly you want to apply that and not really push it through the lace. So you're just gonna do this all over the lace, focusing mainly on the front part where your baby hairs are, because that part is gonna be noticeable. And if you usually do middle parts, you want to focus on that part as well. If you do side parts, make sure you focus on that part, but try to reach for the baby hairs, like the front part. So while doing this, just make sure not to get it all on the actual hair. So if that happens, just take it out with your hand real quick before it processes. But this is after a good 15 minutes. I've just flipped it so that you guys can see. You have to be able to look at it and actually see the bleach, and you can actually look closely to see how the wig is processing, how the knots are processing when you flip it. And when you see it's ready or it's blonde enough, that's when you can go ahead and rinse it. Now I noticed when I flipped it that the knots were not really fully saturated in bleach. So what I did was I got the same brush and I pushed the bleach through the knots. So what I'm doing right here is literally like going over it but adding a bit more force than before, just so that the bleach can slip through and actually bleach. Now, I really didn't show you guys how I rinsed off the bleach, but basically, as you saw in the previous clip, I just ran water through it until all the bleach came out, and then I just washed it. It's not gonna bleach the hair because it's not gonna process. You're literally just washing it off. But this is how the lace is looking right now. It's definitely lightened up, and my client is almost the same complexion as I am, so I was using the back of my hand to just check if everything is perfect. So right after rinsing out the bleach, I just shampooed the wig, and this is how it's looking. I let it sit for a bit just to air dry, but not completely dry. So I put it back on my mannequin head, and now this is the part that you have been waiting for. Now in this spray bottle, I just have conditioner and water. but I'm gonna get this curl defining cream, curl defining cream by Vitica, and I'm just gonna put a generous amount because listen, the wig needs all it will get. If you've got more stuff like hair oil and stuff like that, you can add that as well. And I'm gonna use this detangling brush that I bought in ShopRite. It was just like 50 kwacha, and it does wonders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start brushing the hair from the ends first and then going all the way to the top. So I'm starting at the ends and then going all the way to the top. Sorry, it's a bit fast forward, but that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off. I've been sick lately, but I'm getting better. It's too much going on with this vlogmas. I've been uploading almost every day. I've had to like take some days off just so that I can have time for myself, but yeah. So I'm just gonna continue detangling the hair. But if you guys want more hair tips and tricks like this video, let me know down below, and what kind of stuff. If you want a more in-depth video of bleaching the knots, a more in-depth video on how to cut lace and how to install your wig as a beginner, I'm gonna do all those videos, but you have to let me know down below. So now I'm gonna add some eco gel. It's a water-based gel, so if you've got any water-based gels that you can afford, because this one's a bit pricey, but just put a generous amount in it. And what this is gonna do is when you comb it, it's gonna keep the curls in place when they dry, because right now the hair is a bit wet, so when it dries it's gonna have the same effect. And yeah, that's the power of the gel. So right now I've just brushed that through, and I noticed the lace wasn't cut properly, so I'm just going in with my scissors and doing zigzag sort of like cuts through it. I'm gonna show you in the next clip, I think, but this is how much lace is in the front. So I just want to take out a bit of that just so that it looks more even when my client puts it on her head. But the sides look fine, it's just that little top part in the front, so that's what we're gonna fix. So yeah. So yeah, now that that's better, if you're more comfortable with using a razor blade to cut off the lace, go ahead and use that, but it's really up to you. So right now I'm gonna create some baby hairs, because just to make it easier for my client to do baby hairs, even though, you know, some people don't really know how to do baby hairs, but this will just give her a guide sort of. So I'm gonna put some in the front very thin, and I'm gonna cut them really short. Now when you cut them really short like this, it's easier to actually do the baby hairs, because the longer ones, like the strands, will go all the way and it will just look weird. But when you cut them really short, it's easier to actually do it. Now this top part wasn't really sitting well on my mannequin head because this is the wrong size, but this is just a rough idea of baby hairs. So just a quick recap, all I did was shampoo the wig, and after that I used a spray bottle that had conditioner in it, and then I detangled the hair with adding some curl defining cream. It could be any cream, and then to set it I added some eco styling gel, brushed it through with the detangling brush to set all the curls in place. And extra, I bleached the knots, I customized the hairline, and yeah, this is how the wig is looking wet. I'm gonna show you in a bit how the wig looked dry. It basically looks the same, like you can't even tell the difference. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want more videos like this, please do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to get into those types of videos. This was really fun to make and film, and I hope it really helped you out. So give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. My client wanted the wig all the way pushed back, So that's how I changed it from a middle part to all the way back, and this is up close of the knots, boo boo. Where? Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.